Hi, today we're going to talk about ribs, so let's get started. We're going to use the capo on the second fret. Alright, now let's talk about the chords. We're going to use G. Okay. D. E minor. And B minor. And B minor, I would say, is the hardest. What you do is you take your first finger, you place it on the second fret on all of the strings. Now you place your first finger on the second string, third fret. Your third finger is going to go on the fourth string, fourth fret. Your pinky is going to go on the third string, fourth fret. Okay, and that's B minor. All right. Cool. Let's talk about the rhythm. We're going to do it. We're going to use a down, down, up, up, down, up. Okay, and we're going to use that per every chord. Okay, so here we go. We're going to begin with G. Down, down, up, down, up. Again, down, up, down, up. D, down, up, down, up. D, down, up, down, up. B minor. Down, down, up, down, up. B minor. B minor. G. G. D. E minor. E minor. And B minor. G. G. D. D. E minor. E minor. B minor. B minor. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole song. It's a good song to practice your bar chords, which is B minor, okay? So, cool. Let's talk about how we could, make it more interesting. So, in the song you might hear a bass line, so, that would be G. Then, this would be D. This would be E minor. And this would be B. So, well, why don't we do this? Let's go to G. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the top string. It's going to be the bass of the chord, okay? I'm going to play that along with the first three bottom strings, okay? And I'm going to assign them my first finger, second and third, okay? Now, that's what we have, okay? So you really don't, it's really not complicated. You just place your fingers there. You're assigning a finger to each string. That's all you're doing, okay? So, all I'm going to do is, my right hand is going to stay in place, but my left hand is the one that's going to be, changing the chords. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play those four strings. I'm going to play the bass alone, then back to those four strings again, then alone. See what's going on? Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for D. Now, my thumb is going to have to come down. So, alright, and then same thing for E minor, but my thumb is going to have to come up. And B minor. Yeah, so what we have is this. Then go to D. E minor. B minor. Okay, that's all it is. So something cool. Fun way to do the song. So, something to practice if you're, getting into the classical stuff or the finger style, that's, something cool to go through. Another cool way of playing this is by hammering certain notes. So, what I mean by hammering is you play a tone and then you hammer. See that? And that's what we're going to do. So, let's begin with G. Now, rather than doing G this way, we're going to replace it. Instead, we're going to use our first finger. Our second finger is going to go all the way to the top. Our pinky is going to go all the way to the bottom. Okay. Now, the second finger is the one that's going to be hammering. See that? I apologize. The third finger. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to use same concept as the previous section. We're going to play the bass tones of the chords. So we're going to play our thumb and then the bottom 3 strings with each finger. Now, what we're going to do is this. We're going to lift our third finger because we're going to hammer it. See? So we're going to play together and then hammering with our third finger. So lift it, play all four, hammer, and then bass. Okay, once again, together, hammer, and bass. Okay, again together, together, hammer, and then bass. So this is what you've got, okay? Okay, and that's what we're going to do with G. Now with D, rather than doing it this way, it is best if we place our first finger flat, okay? Now what we're going to do is place the pinky all the way to the 5th fret on the first string. Now your second finger is the one that's going to be hammering. Okay? Same concept. Bass together, bass on top. And play the bottom 3. So, together and then hammer. Okay? Once again, together and hammer with the second finger. Together and hammer. Okay? So this is what we have. Together, hammer, bass. Together, hammer, bass. Together. And it's going to sound like this. Okay? And, alright, let's go to E minor now. Okay, rather than doing it here, you're going to do it up here. Okay? 8 times. And back to B minor. And now B minor, we're going to do it as regularly as if we were strumming it. But we're going to lift our second finger because that's the one we're going to be hammering. And this is what we have, okay? Same thing, play your bass tone. Alright, so all 4, lift your second finger. Together, and then hammer, and then bass. Once again, lift, together, hammer, bass. And this is what we have. That's it. Okay, again. Okay, that's what we have. That's pretty much it. Have fun.